Hello everybody, we appreciate you watching. Follow, subscribe, like this video if you like this kind of business law content. Today I want to talk to you about 5 things that you must do if you're a business owner that received a lawsuit. The first thing that you must do if you received a lawsuit, and you're going to receive a lawsuit if you receive a paper called the summons. The paper is going to have some instructions. There's going to be some individual called a process server that's going to come to your office or to the registered agent of the business, the one you designated to receive these kind of papers. And the paper is going to contain some advice, some things that you need to do, and also is going to attach what is called the complaint, which is basically the story about the lawsuit and the causes of action, the theories under which you're being sued. So you gotta make sure first that when you receive this, you understand in what situation that lawsuit is, because I have a lot of clients that receive this lawsuit or they learn of the papers when the case is already in default. So if the case is already in default, or there is a motion for your case to go to default, which is basically a motion for the other side to win the case without it having been litigated, then you need to act fast. You need to hire a lawyer right away, because in Florida and in most of the United States, you will need a lawyer. You cannot represent yourself by law. The law says that a corporation, whether it's an LLC, a partnership, any legal entity cannot represent itself. So you're going to have to hire someone like us or another law firm to do something and respond to that lawsuit. So you need to determine whether it's in default or whether you have the regular 20 days to respond to the lawsuit. That will determine whether you need to call a lawyer right away. The second thing you need to do once you get a lawsuit, once you get a complaint, once you get the legal papers, you need to preserve all the evidence related to the lawsuit or the story that you have received in that papers. That means you gotta preserve any communications, you gotta preserve any contracts, you gotta preserve bank statements, insurance policies, any kind of documents related to that. If the lawsuit is related to a contract dispute, well, you better preserve even the communications before you enter into that contract. All of that is going to be relevant. And if you have a computer system, for example, that auto-delete, you don't want to be in that situation. You're gonna have another lawyer that's gonna manufacture arguments that you intentionally deleted things. So you better shut down those auto deletion functions, and you better preserve all the evidence related that you can imagine is related to this case. The third thing you want to do is check with your insurance policy. Do you have a carrier? Do you have errors and omission policy? Do you have a general liability policy in your business that may potentially cover this dispute, cover whether it is the actual claim or even the representation? With insurance companies, you have to be very careful because they don't like to pay. And one of the excuses that they will use for not to pay will be, oh wait, you took too long to tell me about this loss. So if you have some sort of coverage, it's important to notify them quickly. And if you are hiring us or hiring a lawyers, we will make sure or help you make that determination, because sometimes some law firm owners don't want to engage or involve the insurance carrier because they don't want their premiums to go up, or for whatever reason they don't want to get them involved and they want us to handle that directly. But it's important to know that that's something that you need to do, because if you pay for insurance, maybe the insurance will cover the claim. The fourth thing you need to do is to make a plan of attack. You need to plan how are you going to attack this lawsuit, and that's a multiple factor approach. With us, we will evaluate, first of all, the profile of the litigant, the profile of the other side, who's suing you. It's different when a big corporation is suing you, is coming after you, or a little smaller party is coming after you, or an insurance company is coming after, or a bank is coming after you, or a lender is coming after you. So it's all different. They have different litigation profiles. Some are more intense than others, some put more resources on the cases than others. So it's important to evaluate the profile of the litigant to make a plan. In order to make a plan, we also need to evaluate your business resources. Does your business have the liquidity to handle this litigation? Litigation can be expensive and can be long. It could take a year, sometimes even more. So does your business have the capacity to handle this litigation, and what kind of budget can we apportion to defend this case? Because in litigation, budget matters a lot. So there's a lot of things that go in litigation from beginning to trial that can derail the case. You can be derailed on certain tangents related to evidence or other issues or witness testimony or things someone or the other said that can be portrayed in different factors that all of a sudden create a side story on the case that distracts and generates the need to spend legal resources. We have to be able to see what the budget is. Then we have to see what your exposure is. Do you have defenses? Did you really do anything wrong? We've got to see what the exposure and evaluate, and based on that also make a strategy in your case. The final one that I would add in terms of the plan of attack that you need to make for your case, evaluate your own litigation profile. Can you handle litigation? We will be able to tell you, hey, look, it's better if we try to settle your case. I don't think you're gonna like this. Litigation can be nasty, can be stressful. It creates a lot of stress in the business, in the families. So, it is important to have that conversation in order to create this plan of attack to make it successful, to beat it, or to minimize it in value, to bring it to the minimum expression so your business can move on from this chapter of its life and hopefully continue to make a lot of money, which is the very purposes of doing business. If you have any further questions, put it in the comments. Contact us at the firm 305-570-2208. You can even email me directly at eduardo@ayalalawpa.com. We help business owners. Thank you for watching. Follow, subscribe, and see you in the next chapter.